Creating a bird-friendly backyard involves not only providing food and water, but also creating a habitat where birds feel safe and can thrive. Here's how to make your space welcoming to a variety of bird species. Native plants are crucial for attracting local bird species because they offer the food, shelter and nesting materials that birds have evolved to use. When choosing plants, it's important to prioritize species that provide nectar for hummingbirds and other pollinators, berries and fruits for fruit-eating birds like robins, cedar waxwings and thrushes, seeds for seed-eating birds such as finches, sparrows and chickadees, and insects that birds like warblers, wrens and woodpeckers feed on. Here are some excellent native plant choices. Flowers for nectar and seeds. Columbine, which attracts hummingbirds. Coneflowers, loved by goldfinches and sparrows for their seeds. Black-eyed Susan, shrubs for berries and nesting. Serviceberry, which attracts robins and thrushes. Elderberry, dogwood, trees for shelter, insects and fruit. Oak, which supports a large variety of insects for birds. Eastern red cedar, providing berries and shelter. Crabapple, whose fruit is loved by birds. Grasses, little blue stems, switchgrass, which provides cover and seed for ground-feeding birds. By planting native species, you also minimize the need for pesticides, as native plants are typically more resistant to local pests, ensuring a safe and healthy habitat for birds. Birdhouses and nesting boxes are vital for cavity nesting birds that may not find enough natural tree holes or crevices. To successfully attract birds to these structures, follow these tips. Select the right birdhouse design. Different species prefer different types of houses. For example, bluebirds prefer a house with a small entrance hole around 1.5 inches. Chickadees and wrens also like small entrance holes but need houses placed closer to wooded areas. Owls and woodpeckers require larger boxes with more space inside. Proper placement is key. Birdhouses should be placed at the right height and in a safe location. Avoid direct sunlight and strong winds, placing houses in partially shaded areas. Ensure that birdhouses are mounted securely on poles or tree trunks and spaced apart, so birds can establish territories without competition. Offer natural nesting materials like straw, twigs, feathers, and even pet fur in areas near the birdhouse. Avoid synthetic materials or plastics that can trap birds or interfere with their nests. Provide shelters for winter. In addition to birdhouses, brush piles, dense shrubs, or evergreen trees can offer critical shelter for birds during colder months or extreme weather. Ensuring the safety of birds is essential, as many backyard birds are at risk from common predators like cats, hawks, and even certain human practices. Here are ways to protect them. Keep cats indoors. Domestic cats are one of the largest threats to backyard birds. If you have a cat, try to keep it indoors, especially during peak bird activity, which is early morning and evening. Alternatively, use cat enclosures or catios to allow your pet to enjoy the outdoors without posing a risk to birds. Install predator guards. For birdhouses and nest boxes, install predator guards like baffles on poles or trees to prevent snakes, raccoons, and squirrels from accessing nests. Keep feeders high and away from trees or other areas where predators can jump from. Prevent window collisions. Birds can mistake window reflections for open skies and collide with them. Use window decals, bird-safe glass, or place feeders either very close, within 3 feet, or farther away, over 30 feet, from windows to reduce collision risks. Limit the use of pesticides. Pesticides not only kill insects that birds eat, but also can poison birds directly. Opt for natural pest control methods and encourage a healthy ecosystem by allowing insect populations to thrive for birds to feed on. Provide safe water sources. Birds are vulnerable when they drink or bathe, so keep bird baths in areas with clear views of the surroundings to spot predators. Ensure that water features are shallow and clean to prevent disease and drowning risks.